inside for Albert. Albert will get the score. Fiddler, his farewell. He tapped into a legend and probably rugby league immortality. That's not a try, that's a miracle.
All right, welcome back to the Take the Two podcast, heading into round 24. We are not too far away from NRL finals. As always, guys, brought to you by Neds. Jump onto the Neds app, follow along with all the About Even bets this weekend and everything going on over there. I do plan to hit a bet at some point over the next few weeks. I promise you that. Hold me to it. How are you, my friend?
You're always in form. All right, you just got to find the right form.
Yeah, always.
You've been good all year, mate. You've landed a couple of big ones.
We've had a few winners, but it's been a grim few weeks. Few weeks, yeah.
I'm good. Just fatigued, just in the trenches of life.
Pretty laid back few weeks for you.
Oh yeah, heaps. I'm good. I think the footy. I'm actually heading to the Panthers Storm game.
Fuck yeah.
And going to South Para on Saturday.
Ooh,
so
nice.
I've got some good in-house viewing over the next couple of nights, which is good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to get a feel on where I want this grand final to be. Do you know who you want to be in the grand final?
I kind of want to see Penrith there, if I'm completely honest. I know that won't be the popular take, but it's not, I'm going to say it's not very often. It's the first time in 60 odd years you get the opportunity to see someone maybe win 5 in a row. I'm here for that. I want that narrative. I want Nath to get all the way back there again. And I like what the Raiders are doing. I think it's a really good story. Melbourne, I think, deserve to be there over the last few years and whatnot. But from a fan's perspective, I would just love to see the Bulldogs there. So I've sort of got a foot in a few camps. Ideally for me, I think Penrith, Canberra, I'd enjoy the most.
Who would you like, Kat?
I would like to see the Canberra Raiders and the Bulldogs in a final.
94.
I'd love to see Panthers Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that we all want to see something different.
Panthers Bulldogs.
No one had Melbourne.
Well, no, what we'd like to see.
Yeah.
What we think will happen.
Still, even what you'd like to see, no Melbourne in there. It's
no,
interesting.
Well, it just...
Because I think this Melbourne side currently now, like when they were the big three, everyone fucking hated them, couldn't stand them. I think Melbourne are more likeable now than they ever have been.
Totally. That's a very, very good statement. They're so likeable. And we see socially these days it's more accepted to go for players, not teams. So there's all those nice guys there that are like...
I was just ahead of the trend,
Yeah, I know. But it's annoying to me because you should have your team. But...
Mate.
Like everyone goes,
what a slap in the face to someone that went from Newtown to Roosters. I was a Dragons fan. I was a fucking London Broncos fan for a period of time there, mate. What a slap in the face. That's right here.
That's all right. You'll get over it.
Don't come any more loyal than me.
Who does... Okay, so I want Panthers Bulldogs. I just think what the Bulldog... Like, they got the champs up against the Bulldogs, the fans, the excitement they bring. It'd just be really cool. What does the NRL want to see?
What does the NRL want to see? The
NRL,
without a doubt, wants to see the Canterbury Bulldogs versus... with all due respect to the Raiders, it's probably not the Raiders, realistically.
Yeah. They want something like Canterbury Broncos.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like viewers into Queensland.
Viewers in Queensland, yeah. I just think the NRL would want Canterbury there. Maybe Canterbury, New Zealand, be a fucking good one for them.
Yeah.
What do you reckon they'd want?
I think they'd want Canterbury, Penrith.
Penrith, yeah.
Dominate Western Sydney. Can the all-time champs, like it just speaks for
The
itself.
headlines.
The headlines.
The headlines are amazing.
The 4-time champions up against.
Yeah. Also like Kickow, Burton, all those boys.
Crichton.
Salmon,
Crichton v. Todd.
Yeah. The coaches as well.
Yeah. Master v. Apprentice, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, I'm starting to really like. Not that I was ever off. Like I didn't think they'd be able to win at Penrith, but I'm starting to really warm to the task with them the next few weeks.
Yeah,
going to be very telling for them.
I think, regardless of where they finish, it's been a remarkable year for them.
Yeah, bloody hell,
I've said, we can't move the goalposts now that they're there. The goalpost was set. Yep, we keep expecting this fall off. Look at Melbourne, the fall off. We've spoken privately about that. They've still found a way to get in the top 4. Maybe not win it every year, but they've won 4 in a row.
Yeah, and like I've pointed out before, but if you go back to those, comps they've won in a row, like 21 they beat South. South couldn't make the finals the next year. 22 they beat Parramatta. Parramatta can't make the finals next year. Broncos 23 can't make the finals next year. Like staying somewhere near the top is mission impossible. Being at the top for 4 years straight and then still being, even if you're just in the fucking ballpark in the 5th year, it's crazy.
It's pretty special coaching performance, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, yeah. It's it'd be really interesting to look back at his career because you talk to guys that were coached by him, you know, at the Warriors and even your time at the Panthers, like, man, I've heard a lot of negative things from players like that at the time that, you know, weren't happy with certain things and whatnot. Like it's a really interesting storyline to watch because everyone goes, oh, took the Warriors to a grand final, you know, everything was hunky dory. He was always destined for this. But there was some there was days at Penrith where he didn't even want to be the fucking coach anymore. It really is incredible, sort of his journey that he's gone on.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about it, but I enjoyed Ive. I enjoyed I'd come from Wayne into like serious with Pricey, and then you go to Ivan and experience the grey game, and not everything's black and white, and he sort of wants you to learn for yourself a little bit, and you fast forward and he's the players, but you've got to keep them motivated, you've got to keep them disciplined, you've got to keep the story. You've lost you've not only lost, this is the thing that people don't talk about with Penrith, you've lost players. You can coach new players. You got to have a real tight circle of coaches that can stay up to your standard. Like Peter Wallace, his right-hand man, stayed there for all of them. But he's rotated through 3 other assistant coaches, who 2 of them now are leading teams that are in the top 4 or top 5. Yeah, that is hard. Because you've got people there that you got to trust to get people, okay, are they on board with this narrative? Do they want my job? Like all that kind of stuff, right? But he's just stayed the course. It's been a remarkable performance.
I think with the Penrith Panthers, one thing that's really slept on with them is that when you go back to 2020, they went on that long run, they make it to the grand final, they lose. I've said this before and I'll always stand by it. I think that when you go back and have a look at that side, they're all young guys. Outside of James Tarmo and Josh Mansell, who they let go at the end of that season, all young guys. And I can imagine thinking back to 2020, you got a young family at the moment. Like if you had to go into the bubble for 15 weeks, it'd be a fucking nightmare.
I'm in the bubble right now and I hate it.
But mate, I look at that team back then, they were all young dudes with, like, not many of them had wives, kids, mate. I'd love in a few years' time to talk to them about looking back at that period that I reckon it would have bonded these guys closer. Because it would have been so much easier for them going into that bubble, I reckon, than a lot of other sides with experienced older heads and everything. And I wonder if just that 15-week period where they were just locked the fuck in made a huge difference for them heading into the future.
Is that where Canberra are this year? Like a lot of young guys, a couple of old heads, where like this could be, I don't want Raiders fans to jump down my throat, but it's like this their learning year. And then next year could be.
It's just so hard with Fogarty leaving is my biggest concern.
Agree. If you're Roosters and you're talking about DCE, like that backflip, like if you're Fogarty.
Well, yeah, that's the whole, he'd have to be. I'd imagine he'd be sort of sitting around looking at the room going, fuck. Like, mate, I remember being at the Ricky Stewart luncheon in the preseason. That morning, the Fogarty stuff had broken that he'd asked for a release, and it was all out there, and everything was fine in the room. But at that point, the Raiders were favourites for the spoon. Like the landscape has just completely changed since then. It's like been flipped.
They've forced their premiership window open.
Yeah. They beat the shit out of their premiership window open. It's incredible. All right.
I love our podcast.
I don't know how that happened. Now, I was up on the beautiful Gold Coast on the weekend.
Did you have a good trip?
I did.
Did you see your boy?
I got to watch him on the phone. He was on the same time as first grade. So we've got to keep an eye on. Played the first half. He's named 18th man this week. So fingers crossed he's back. Supercoach draft finals this weekend, as you'd know.
Oh, yep.
Big match up this weekend.
Do you need any advice? I noticed you didn't answer my questions on the live the other day.
A lot going on. A lot of questions.
I was waiting for a... Mate, can you just fuck off, seriously? Like, stop putting
You weren't far off. If I could have had my phone and text you to fuck off, I probably would have, but I couldn't, unfortunately.
I knew you wouldn't be upset, though.
I was up on the Gold Coast, had a great time. Didn't play a great golf game. Found every bit of fucking sand on the Gold Coast, which was nice to see. But when I was at the game, there was a moment there, and watching it live, I sort of thought, oh, that felt like it was a bit of a high tackle on Jaden Campbell. Watching it back, it was without a doubt, by the standards of the game, a high tackle. JC, to his credit, stood up, played the ball. Sweet. It is going to get his team a wooden spoon, though. in reality. And maybe it wouldn't have stopped them from getting a spoon, but it would have given them a more opportunity to avoid it. What are your thoughts?
I totally agree with what you said about the penalty. I thought it was a penalty straight away. I just don't know where we get this, like, I hope players, just get up when they get hit high. Like we saw the Talon Silva one last week. He looked at the referee and then thought, I might get a penalty here. Like, it's so inconsistent with that stuff. The letter of the law says you can't hit anyone high, right? And it's the same with the kick stuff at the moment, which we'll go into in a second. But if you get hit high and you feel like it's going to get your team a penalty, there's nothing wrong with the gamesmanship of going for a penalty. And everyone will jump in these comments and write shit comments like, yeah, you took a dive and all that shit. No, I didn't take a dive. My job is not to referee the game. My job is to make the referee make a decision. Now, if Jaden Campbell goes down, that's what the bunker will interfere, regardless of what they say. And there's a penalty from in front. And then the game gets decided the way the game gets decided, right? But we're going down this weird path at the moment where it's like, oh, you should just get up. And you're a good bloke if you get up, but if you don't get up and you have a bit of gamesmanship, you're a shit bloke. We're not judged on whether we're good blokes or not. You're judged on wins and losses.
Yep.
Okay? No, I'll say that again. You're not judged on when you put your boots on, all right? Some people go, well, that guy's the nicest guy in rugby league, or he's such a great guy. Great. That guy would flip to the other side if it meant his side could get another win or get a premiership and we're losing that. We're trying to come out. There's people, other influencers and content guys like, oh, just commend Jaden Campbell. Like, I love Jaden Campbell. We love him on this podcast. But if he had his time again, if it was to get into a grand final, like that's what we're dealing with.
Yep.
At the end of the year, the Frizzels aren't going to sit down at the Titans and go, well, we had a couple of games there where it went the other way. Like, you're trying to have ways to win games. You're judged on wins and losses.
Yeah.
We're starting to blur that with like if you're a good bloke or not.
Yeah, and I've copied a little bit from my audience at times when I talk about it. But if I'm coaching the NRL, mate, and I'm in defence, anyone comes near my shoulder, you fall the fuck over.
Yeah.
You hit the deck in a heartbeat because, once again, you do put pressure on referees to make those calls, and they will make them. I pointed out a few weeks ago, I think it was in the Newcastle Raiders game, Tom Starling scored a try into the sticks, Phoenix Crossland. It was a blatant obstruction. Phoenix Crossland stepped around the guy, did his best to make it, got close enough to make it. If he just runs into that shoulder and falls over, it's a penalty. You kick for touch. It's a huge momentum swing.
Yeah, and most of the competition's doing it.
Yes, and you should be doing it.
Yeah. Mitchell Moses, outside in. Okay, it was an obstruction anyway.
Yeah.
But he got bowled over. We've seen Mitchell Moses tackle Hamoli Olakwatu, Ruben Cotter one-on-one on the line. We know he can tackle. You're there to make the referee make a decision because that's what the referee's job is to do. So I texted you straight away. I was like, I don't know what's going on there. But I just thought, JC, if that's me, and no surprise, and Dogs fans will get in, like, you play the game and the referee is in charge of that and making that decision.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Because if you said to every fan, right, that's a grand final, would you do it to win a grand final?
Yeah, do you want to be a good bloke or do you want to lift a trophy?
Yeah, I want silverware. I want a ring.
Yeah, 100%. Mate, the Dolphins-Roosters game was like a fucking trailer park fight the other day. It was fantastic. Bit of old school footy. Obviously a very intense game. We're going to talk about intensity in games towards the back end. I might just throw it over to you.
Yeah, I think we did you think that was a game of the weekend? Like going into it? Like what were you most excited about?
Yeah, right up there.
Yeah, because we looked at the ladder.
Yes.
We knew how important it was.
It was a battle for the 8th.
Yeah.
For 8th, yeah.
It was a 4-point swing, essentially.
Yes.
Like it was either going to end the Roosters season or it was going to catapult them into contention, right?
Yeah.
I just think sometimes we lose the sense of occasion of the intensity coming into the game. I hated the 11 on 11. I think I'm not going to go into the deep dives of the rest of it, but I just think at the start of games, because everyone was talking about it, that will be used in a promo next year. But we're going to remember that it was 11 on 11 for 10 minutes. We're losing that sense of, hey, guys, like the referee, if he had to come in and just said, Spencer, mate, you shaped up. That was a bit silly. You're going to go. I could live with that. But if he also said, mate, Spencer, what are you doing, mate? Like, everyone's come here to see you, not to see me. I understand it. I understand the enormity of this game. The coaches, like you guys, you prepare all week for that 80 minutes. You can't ask us to prepare all week for 80 minutes and it matters so much to you, and you, and then we overstep the line and go, oh, what an idiot. Oh, well, like, we're treading the fine line to go in, and I wasn't even a tough guy. But like forwards are just like ours is like that. Forwards is like that. They're coming in the fine line between over the top, overfilling your water bottle, or not. And I just think we're going this whole route of we don't want Spencer to like. I love when Spencer does that. I'll probably watch this week because of that. Because I want to see last time when they played the Bulldogs, they went at each other, they went after him. How does he respond? Then I look at the coaching side of how does Trent Robinson go to him and what does he say to that and all that kind of stuff versus, Spencer's trying to pick everyone. Like, what an athlete. What a guy who can fine-tune it. Does he overstep the mark? Of course he does. Do we love it? Yeah, we love it because it's going to be on every promo next year. But you get people going, he's hurt. Like, yeah, he knows he's hurting his team. Did you see what he did when he came back on the field?
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a backwards part of our game in the term that we want these guys to be gladiators. We want them to be primal warriors. And they get themselves to that point consistently. But as you said, as soon as they step across the line, like I think JWH is the best example ever.
Agree.
The Roosters can go out and buy whoever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want. And for a decade, 13 years straight or something it was, he'd get sin bin twice a year, sent off once a year, lose them 1 or 2 games because he'd lose his mind.
Suspended.
Yeah.
Didn't he get suspended like 40 games or something?
Something ridiculous. And Trent Robinson and Politis, who can go and get anyone they fucking want, went, no, he's our dude. Because when he's in the trench, when we're in the trenches, we want the toughest motherfucker out there.
Yeah, that's right. It's funny to me how people are out there now like saying that that's not good for the. Oh, please, it's what makes the game. Villains and heroes like him walking off and telling people like I love that.
Yeah, smart.
Because in a game that's so you do player interviews. You've done player interviews this year, and you're like. Hey, mate, like it's all the same.
Yep.
We don't want to give the other... Like, he's going, you know what? I am who I am. Whatever. You want me? Come get me. You can find me. I love that about Spencer Leniu.
Yeah, and he is unapologetically the villain. And he just embraces it and he loves it.
Yeah.
He leans into it. And I think as well, mate, like you didn't say it, then you're about to say it. But, like, we have rugby league, we advertise it as a game for everyone. It's a game for a select few fucking nutcases. That's what it is. Even yourself, I can sit here with you. We can go for a beer, and where, I don't have in me what you had in you to play first grade though. And I even look at like my brother Josh, and he might go and play footy on Saturday and everything. And I'll go watch him and I'll be like, fuck, dude just had to tackle 20 humans that are 100 kilos. Trying to rip his fucking head off. And to me, I think everyone watches footy and goes, I'd love to do that. That'd be great. I couldn't think of anything fucking worse, to be completely honest. The actual reality of doing it. And you got all these humans that in order to play NRL, with all due respect, you have to have a few screws loose. Or you wouldn't be doing it. You wouldn't be putting your body through what they put themselves through, what you put yourself through every single week. But then we want to just apply like normal logic, common sense to all their actions that happen.
Right.
Like it is crazy. I think with the whole rugby league's for everyone, hugs and kisses. No. It's a fucking brutal sport. You go and do what you do in one set of 6 on the street, you're going to court.
Yeah, that's right.
Like it's not fucking normal.
No, you wouldn't see on the street 3 people run in and tackle someone.
Like go out on the street, mark out 10 metres and 10 metres and fucking sprint at each other. Let me know how that works out for you. Now do it 800 times on a Friday night. And then you got 5 days turnaround when you got to train 4 times a week to do it again. Spencer gets angry and, hey, what's going on here?
Champion. Relax.
It's a very good point you make. Yeah. And, we're getting to the back end of the season. One thing with me in rugby league that the season's too long, there isn't enough intensity, there isn't enough urgency on every single game. We're at the point now where every fucking game matters. You have a poor set, that can be your season. That can lose you a home final. That can lose you a spot in the 4. That can lose you a top 8 spot. I love that it matters that much to Spencer.
And it should matter to everyone.
Yeah.
That much.
I love that Kurt Donahue at fucking 80 kilos dripping.
Donahue. Someone DM'd me. We're pronouncing it wrong. It's Donahue.
I think it's Donahue. No. I could be wrong.
It's spelt Donahoe, but I think it's pronounced Donahue.
Donahue. Someone
it's
did
one of
DM
those
me.
ones.
Shout out to that person that DM'd me.
I thought the Dolphins said Donahue to us. That's why I was saying it.
Anyway.
He's a fucking lunatic and I love it.
Love it. He's tackled. I didn't see anything wrong with the tackle. I thought it was an accident.
Yeah, you want to play a body contact, brutal sport.
He's gone in
Heads
like
are going to
that.
clash here and there.
He's gone like that.
Yep.
He actually got bumped off. I thought it was courageous.
Yeah, fucking
But
no.
Anyway.
Optically, that's not for everyone though, so we have to do something about it.
Yeah.
But no. You put the fucking lunatics in a tin can together, you're going to get some sparks sometimes.
Love it.
We love it. It's the beauty of rugby league.
Oh, I smell that deep heat.
All right. We've got a question now comes in from Retro Rugby League. If you're not following already, jump on and follow one of the great Instagram pages and one of the great dudes of all time too. Done some content with him over the years and whatnot. He actually played in the charity match at the start of the year. He was on our team. Legend of a fella.
Is he a good player?
Yeah, he was handy, mate. It was good. You know, it's a charity match. It's a bit hard.
You trashed him before.
You're a fuckhead.
You said he should have had a flag because he should have had a touch judge. Joking, Retro. Joking.
He's a good man.
He is a good man.
Big bit of gear.
Yeah.
He was handy to have in the back row that day.
He's it's funny, like
Bit of Craig Fitzgibbon about him.
Well, I said to you a couple of weeks ago, you guys, like the NRL need to make the leap into the content world and collaborate more. And no one's doing what he's doing in terms of the jerseys, breaking it down, what the jerseys mean, especially within the Indigenous round.
Yeah.
I've loved his content of late.
Actually, when he first started, I thought, I think this is a little bit too niche. But no, he's done such a good job that he's involved. I love people like him. Obviously, I think NRL physio is probably the king of it.
Yeah.
Niche sort of aspect that now everyone just needs to have. Rando as well, stuff he does. When people can really latch onto those things and make something out of it, it's fucking incredible. Now, his question, and I think this is mainly directed at you, and I'm actually very excited to see what your answer is to this. What's the difference between a 7 and a 6?
Ooh, great question. I think when you look at a 7, you're looking at more of an extension of the coach.
Yep.
Like that person's trusted to go out there, put on the game plan, but also keep everyone in check towards not attitude, but like being in place, understanding your role, discipline with that kind of stuff. When you look at 6s, and I'm only speaking from experience, when I looked at Peter Wallis, Ben Hornby, those guys were extensions of the coach. They knew how to get into areas and manipulate to be able to get me the ball. Whereas your 6s tend to be a little bit more that X factor sort of spark. Probably a little bit more attacking wise, I would think, like a little bit less think about everyone, more think about either your edge or your play in that game.
Yep.
And looking at the halves right now, like Hughes controls, well, I think Harry Grant is right now, but Hughes sort of centralises where Munster gets the ball and when he gets the ball. And I think he's learned through that. Nathan and Blaze, how they've been able to, usually you would say, I mean, there's never really a 7 and 6 that are 50-50 and everything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Is that, I don't know if I
I think when you get to the like rep arena, you can see a bit more of that.
Yeah.
But I think Clubland, and I think, well, in my opinion, anyway, in Clubland, you don't want your halves to be 50-50.
Agree.
I actually think like a couple of years ago, before Hughesy had really asserted himself as the main dude at Melbourne, they were a little bit too 50-50.
Yeah.
And then I think Hughes really, not came of age, but I think he just developed as a ball player in, it's only year 4 or 5 of him being a halfback. But I think now he's the evident number 7, without a doubt. I think it's helped Melbourne.
Well, you look at Fogarty, he's the kicker, the general. If you think about phase 1, phase 2, and when I say that, if there's a shift, let's say it's a shift outside the right post, this phase here is, the first level is like your inside forwards platform 1, right? Usually that 6 is getting out here, whereas maybe a little bit more ball runner / like Strange is like, he's not that guy that's going to go and set up block play, but he's got this platform out here to be able to go out and execute plays on an edge, and that's what suits him. I think a lot of 6s right now, the best 6s are being able to go swing to both sides and allow that 7. The other one I think of is Nicarima, with Katoa. They set the platform in the middle, being able to dictate if they're getting at the 4, and then they can get out the back. So the real difference is, I reckon the 7's more an extension of the coach in terms of game plan, game management, where you're going to finish your sets, how you're going to finish your sets. I reckon the 6 is more a little bit sort of attacking minded, maybe that X factor sort of thing.
Mate, without bringing them up again, I think that explanation makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Which is when I look at the Sharkies, where I think, okay, this is why I have a bit of trouble understanding
50-50, right?
Yeah, 50-50.
So if you go Raiders, like Fogarty, there's a clear 7 and 6, Raiders. Melbourne, okay. They share it a little bit, but they've learned off Cameron Smith.
Yeah. I think now there's a clear 7 and 6 with them, though. Yeah.
Right? Warriors, well, they're struggling at the moment. Bulldogs, I think this is where we're sort of not really sure, because it doesn't have a Sharks vibe about it, but like who's going to take control because they're both ad-lib players that can win you a game on the day, but they've still got to work that out. Penrith, we know. Broncos, Ezra, you can see the difference there. Adam Reynolds, extension, thinking long game, whereas Ezra's probably thinking now, like how do we get that going right now? Who else is in the 8? Roosters, Sam Walker.
Yeah.
Probably the only outlier, I reckon, where he's an extension of the coach, but he's so good at that ad-lib stuff that he's...
The next point
Hugo's sort of just swung the other way.
The next thing I was going to bring up, and Sam Walker's going to be my example, is that, and it's not super common, but I think there's more 5'8s the guys that we look at as 6s that can transition to be 7s.
Yeah.
Not a heap of 7s that transition to be 6s. Sam Walker's one just with his ad lib and his shit that I reckon he could make it work.
Yeah.
But I hate the idea of him doing it.
Yeah.
I just want him to have the keys all the time.
He's going to have a key each with DCE next year, isn't he?
Maybe.
It's going to be interesting to watch. But that's the main difference. Hopefully I answered that. In my head, it makes sense.
I'm trying to think as far as halfbacks that have gone to 5'8s right now, it's really only Brooksy, really, isn't it?
And I don't really think he's settled at 6.
I agree with you, yeah.
I reckon he would prefer get his hands on the ball first.
Yep.
And play distributor because that's all he knows. And that Manly haven't really... The games that he's played well is when Manly's given him space and unlocked it early. When they've had to dig into the line, it's looked clunky. And it hasn't really... And the other thing is, the great thing about Darius was he didn't need the ball. But when he got the ball, he made the right decision.
Yeah.
As a 6, Tom needs the ball more than probably Luke needs the ball. So they're not cutting him out, but it's like your turn, my turn. Like it never really fits, which is probably why the Sharks at the moment sort of trying to share touches. It's like your turn, my turn. But like I've said it so many times, if you're running hot, I just let you go.
Let you do your thing. Yeah. Which is where I think Matt Moylan was so valuable for the Sharkies back in the day.
He didn't need the ball.
Yeah.
But when he got the ball, it was effective.
If I said to you, like the way you just described just 7 and a 6, what's the perfect combo in your mind as far as not just like premierships, what they achieved, like just balance between two players? Like if you had to pick, let's have a think about one from the current competition right now and then one from ever. Like to be honest with you, the first one that came to mind me, and maybe they're just front and centre because of what they're doing at the moment and everything, but geez, I think that Raiders halves combo is well balanced. What those two bring to the game.
Yep. I could hear arguments for that. I could hear arguments for Penrith right now.
Yes.
With the way that Blaze is playing.
Yep.
Broncos full strength. I think they've got the right mix. I think the Dolphins have got the right mix. If you're thinking all time, well, it's either going to be Joey or Thurston. But it's who you pair with that. So if you pair Joey and Freddie, I think you've got a game manager, extension of the coach, with a big ball running 5'8" who can pass and play. So I think you could go that. If you're looking at like Queensland, that side, you could have Thurston. See, the Thurston Cronk thing was always like someone had to lose their ego in that.
Yeah.
But if you had Thurston Lockyer, like that combo there of game plan, game management, but also someone on that side that's got a presence that can run their own stuff but doesn't need the ball. So I think you come down to those 4 probably. Now,
I love that you took it there. What I meant was halves that actually existed at Clubland.
Oh,
so I actually thought that was better though. I'm glad we went into that. So once again, I'm going to go back to the Raiders again. I think like back in the day, Ricky Stewart.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like that balance.
Yeah.
Clubland was just
like Loz could. Yeah, I mean, geez, we're getting niches.
I love this shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, Adrian Lamb, Brad Fittler, that sort of combo.
I think, and this is where I thought you were going with before, I reckon back in the day, not that long ago, 10 years ago, whatever, JT and Michael Morgan was a really nice balance for me. I love that combo.
White Lightning didn't need the ball.
Yeah.
But could make something happen. I think the best 5'8s right now, they don't need the ball.
Yeah.
Is probably the easiest way. I don't think Blaze needs the... Earlier in the year, he needed the ball to find his way, but I don't think he needs the ball now. He's affecting games in other ways. Defensively, he's been really strong. And that people say, well, how does that help in attack? Well, he's getting people in position early enough so he's more effective. So he can make a pass, and it's like, okay, and he's starting to gel in with what Nathan's doing because Nathan's 5 plays ahead, halves, whereas like I said, 5/8 are like now, which is I'm going to talk about the Broncos in a second because I reckon they've made a selection boo this weekend, but right now the best at it would be the Raiders pairing. I reckon.
I really like the balance.
They understand each other. They don't get in each other's way. They don't split the field and stay there. They swing. And everyone else feels comfortable with that too.
Is there a point in your career that you'd look back on when we say the difference between a 7 and a 6? Is there a point in your career that you'd look back on where you think you look back and you went from a 6 to a 7?
Well, when Wall got injured, I had to go to 7.
Yeah.
And Will Smith. So, again, we probably had that dynamic where I wasn't running the ball much there, but I had to think more game management and allow Will just to think less but run that edge. And we had some success there. The times that Benny Hornby played, I didn't feel like I had to do more, but I felt like I had more responsibility.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
In terms of organising and stuff like that. And you see so many young halves. I was watching club footy on the weekend. No one really talks out anymore. They all talk in. And
Sorry, explain that.
so
what do you mean
if
by
the
that?
play the ball's coming from where you are,
Yep.
if I'm talking about the first, we're working here, whereas we used to sort of work there.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, Benny, give me the ball. Hey, I'm coming to you, Gaz. Yeah, hold on a sec. Yeah, and he's tighter. Like you're sort of scanning a little bit. So many players these days are such there, and they do their job, but they actually don't. They're not effective in doing it. They just run through the play for the sake of it. Whereas you watch guys, I'll look at Cody Walker, and he's such an elite ball player. But he's actually coaching you to get you where he wants because he's not working on you for that play. He's working on you for in 2 plays' time. I'm coming back to you. Get you out of position, get you a little bit tighter. Okay, I'm going to have a lead runner here with a sweeper out the back. I'm going to go through the tunnel. So a lot of focus is in here, and then you go, oh, yep, I'm out the back of that lead there. I pass out the back here. I've done my job. And it's like, well, no, because if you had gone to the line 2 steps and had the lead come in here and then passed out the back, you would have been more effective.
It's one thing obviously with Josh playing flag and everything, we'll watch a lot of these flag games. It's number one. It's one thing, and I've never been able to word it like that.
Yeah.
But it's perfect.
Yeah.
They just it's all focused inside the ruck.
Yeah.
It's really interesting you've said that. Whereas I watch Rodwell, Woods, Black, these guys, and I feel like they're doing that.
Yeah.
They are that step ahead. But they're seeing
you
it that
only have
way.
to watch Woods in that Origin game.
Yes. Yeah.
And stuff like, doubling down. That's if you play short, having to go around and double down on that play versus like, oh, shit, that's not my side. Like, it's like a black line there that you don't go over. Like, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I just think first receive, like halfbacks these days, especially some of the young ones I work with, they're like, they want to kick 40-20s and they want to throw cutout passes.
Yeah.
And I said when I went and watched Josh that day,
Yeah.
and it's not a beat up on your brother, but like, it was always think long and it's like, just be okay to put some money in the bank and take it out in 3 sets time.
Yeah.
All the halves want it now. Oh, we've got to do it right now. It's like, relax. I know there's an overlap over there, but you haven't told them that you might be kicking. You haven't told them it's going to be a pass. And, what I would say when I'm coaching is, if I pass you the ball from dummy half and it's out in front on your chest, and then the next person takes a step and passes it and it's on a chest, guess what? You've done your job. And that's fucking good enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be you cutting me out to that person and everyone go, fuck, you can pass from dummy half. Relax. The skill is in doing that repetitively for 1,000 times. So that when the coach looks at it and goes, fuck, what a great pass from dummy half. That started the movement. It's like when people make a fast break down the edge and you see one person gets it and just throws a cutout and you're like, fuck me. If they just went through the hands, they'd still get the same result.
I feel like in junior grades when I watch it, I think it's just all so. I think the coaching in particular is so. I don't know if this is the best term for it, but just microwaved. Everything's expected to happen so fucking quickly, and because I feel like a lot of the coaching in those, because like the beauty of when you go and watch those games, you're sitting in the grandstand. It's usually the coaches are sitting within 10 metres of you. You can hear what they're thinking. Even when we were at the NRLW Magic Round the other day, we had the coaches block next to us, and I felt the same thing, that it's all very microwaved a lot of the time. It's expectation now. We need a result now. And geez, I think it puts a lot of pressure on, in particular, young ball players nowadays.
So there's two things to that. Everyone that volunteers run the game and they keep the game alive, right? But they see things at the elite level that haven't seen how it gets there. They just see the finished product. So they don't really know. Most people won't know what it takes.
Yeah, those 10 steps to get,
Yeah, right? The other part is that, I've said for a long time, if Andrew Abdo and Peter V'landys wanted to fix the junior pathways of the country, I would take out 2 years of my time and design a coaching manual for every age down to under sixes. How to tackle, how to run, how to protect yourself, all that kind of stuff. And you'd have that go through every coach. If you want to be a coach of under sixes, you've got to go online, do this course, and we give you the manual. It comes with sessions. It comes with how to deal with things, all that kind of stuff. It would be a monumental project, but you could do it with the amount of footy heads, right?
Yeah.
Because what it does is it gives everyone a standard to coach to. Now, game plans, you're on your own. You do your own game plans. But it gives everyone a standard so that little Johnny who's in the corner, he's been taught how to tackle properly, but also learning some stuff along the way instead of going, well, you're tiny. Go and sit on the wing. Our best players play in the middle or play first receiver. Then by the time they get to 14, 15, 16, they've got a basic understanding of what it all looks like at first receiver versus going, you can throw the biggest pass, you're the fastest, you play first receiver. Well, you don't really organise, you don't talk well, and the coach can come in and go, right, this is what they're telling me to teach you. These are some of the basics, and then you build off the back of that. There's no platform. It's all we see the finished product. Oh, okay, we're going to play block for block. Everyone goes, great, block for block. Then you see the kid come outside in, running the lead runner at the sixth defender. He hasn't held anyone up. And then you go, well, what's going on there? How come they slid off and handled it? And you're like, well, you haven't coached it properly. And it's no disrespect. Like the volunteers, the dads, the mums, they make it all happen, right? Yeah. But if you had a manual that you could go to, this is how you coach a block. And it'd be like, cool, okay, sweet, I can coach it like that. This is how you could defend a block. This is how you coach it. The standard would rise and the consistency would get better.
You've put it exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Your manual is put it in the oven. Mine's what it looks like at the moment. Put it in the microwave for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You'll get what you get.
Yeah.
You know what it's meant to look like, but
which is why when they come, this is why I'm scared about the 20s competition.
Yep.
On TV.
The microwave cup.
Bad habits. Yeah, 42-32. Oh, man, we're on TV. It's like, no, what you're doing right now will not translate.
Which is, once again, leading to what we say all the time. Those 40, 50 games in New South Wales Cup.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Huge benefit for you. We get into the games this weekend?
Oh, I want to talk about the Broncos.
Beautiful. Mandu, how are you?
I'm good. Just learnt a lot about sixes and sevens, to be honest. I was curious what the answer was going to be to that because I think if I was to answer my favourite, it would be Jerome Luai with Nathan Cleary. I think just that combination is so perfect that you didn't realise how good it was until Jerome Luai left. And it's taken Blaze ages to fill those shoes. So I think
taking him ages, 12 weeks.
Yeah. Well, no, okay.
12 weeks.
My
No,
bad.
I meant that's us. We're all saying at the
But
start
it
of the
does.
year-
It feels like a long time, doesn't it? But then when you
Yes.
look at it
Holistically,
optically, you go,
Okay, it's not actually that long.
Yeah,
a
it
kid
wasn't
that's
a
been there for
criticism. It was
4
just
months
like
kind of thing, yeah.
we're like, oh, what's going on with Blaze? Or at the start of the year,
Yeah.
we're like, what's going on? Why aren't they playing him? He's
Yeah.
left
Good
centre.
point.
It's
Good
like, oh, it's
point.
taking him 12 weeks.
That's what we do because we're in it every single week,
Yeah.
same as the fans. It feels
Yeah.
like fucking eternity.
No, you're
Reynolds
right. I just
Walker.
microwaved that whole thing.
Reynolds Walker,
Ding.
when they were cooking.
Yeah. But
Reynolds
anyway,
being the distributor. Sorry.
I'd say they were my favourite. But anyway, do you want to get into these games?
Let's rip into
Love
it.
to.
All right, let's start off with Thursday. We've got the Panthers taking on the Melbourne Storm. This one is at CommBank Stadium. Kickoff 7:50. I believe Sowie's going to be at this game. Is that right?
Yep.
How good. I'm very jealous. Are you attending a grand final preview?
Ooh.
I know
I think
people at
one of those
home-
teams will be there.
Yeah, I think these two. I think these two are going to have to beat each other at some point to win a premiership. I don't know if it's grand final or prelim. I'll tell you what, if these two teams play each other in a prelim, the other side of the bracket, not a bad spot to be.
Oh, is it?
Mate, I reckon these two teams will go fucking hammer and tong at each other. Every prelim game's hard, don't get me wrong, but this, mate, there's a lot of history in that game over the last 5 or 6 years. I just think that'll take a lot out of these two sides.
Yeah, I've got Penrith winning. I think it'll be low scoring. I've got 14-12 16, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
No Pappenhausen for me is a little bit of a concern. I think that it's been in and out. But you just look at where Penrith are at the moment. Like, they've been on this trajectory of, will they get there? Won't they get there? Hey, guess what? We're there, boys. Take a breath. Stop and smell the roses in front of a home crowd that will probably turn up now that it's like do or die sort of thing. I reckon it's going to be a massive crowd. I'm there for Indigenous round. I can't wait.
Have you seen Penrith's draw over the next few weeks?
Yeah. Can I just tell everyone, you can say soft draw. Guess what? Every game's hard in the NRL. Blokes are playing for different things. So whether they go 0-3 through this or 3-0, I don't really care. They're there now. They've got to win one more game and they're in the 8. Right? We agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what? They're not looking over their shoulder at anyone. Everyone else is looking over at the shoulder that Penrith are there.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my point. Next 3 weeks, Melbourne, Raiders, Bulldogs, they go 3-0 during that period. I don't even know if they're looking over their fucking shoulder anymore.
I don't think they are now.
Yeah, they'll be cruising.
Mate, I'm telling you. Their last, and they got the Dragons last round, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've got 4 games. Yeah, I think they just stop, smell the rose. I think we'll start to see the best version of Penrith we've seen all year now in these next 3 games. Because they're not going into these next 3 games going, we've got to prove that we can hang with them. The other 3 teams are.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went 2 from 3 and rested the last round.
Who's most likely to beat them in these next 3 weeks?
Ooh. Dogs will feel like they've got the best chance. I think the Raiders. I think a little bit of chaotic.
Raiders coming off a bye for that game too.
Yeah.
2 weeks to prepare.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it down in Canberra?
Mudgee.
Ooh.
Friday, 6 p.m. Mudgee.
Yeah.
Interesting
It's
one.
a good beer trip back for Sticky and the boys if they can get it. I got Penrith.
Yeah, I got Penrith winning this one. They're $1.53 on Neds. I'm pretty confident Penrith get the job done. My Melbourne concern, mate, it's just we're 4 weeks away from finals. The end of this week, we're going to be 3 weeks away. It's another week where they're not getting their edge defence sorted because Nick Meaney's out there again. That's my big concern for this side going into finals. That Jerome Hughes is going to be back. That's great. It's another change. It's more changes on the edge. Hopefully, Pappy's back next week. Then fuck it. It feels like Joe Chan's been defending in the centres for a month now.
Yep.
He's not going to be there come September, I assume.
I'm with you.
Howe still needs to get back in there. It's just I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about Melbourne as far as winning a comp this year. Next game, Mando.
Next game, we'll move over to Friday. Early game, 6 p.m. kickoff. We're at Go Media Stadium in Auckland. We have the Warriors hosting the Dragons.
Yeah, the Wars, they're at $1.55 at home. The Dragons at $2.45. Dragons coming off a great win last week. We had a stat on about even this morning. The Dragons haven't won in New Zealand since 2011. Your heyday.
Yeah.
Like you would have been having fun in 2011.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Would have been feeling good.
I think I scored a full-length try. Full-length of the field try. Short side grubber, Henderson.
Shout out to Ian.
Soward. Fast. I've got the Dragons. I tipped them last week in the derby. I think that...
You got the Dragons here?
Yeah. I think that consistently this year for a team that hasn't made the 8 or won't make the 8, they have turned up. They've been blown out twice. But last week, get on the... Flano looks like he's relaxed the shoulders a little bit with being re-signed. They know what their identity is going into next year. I think they go over there and win.
I'm taking the Wars. I think Moses Sowie out will be a big one for them. Tanner Boyd went back to reserve grade last week, played really well. I think he's got a bit of a kick up the arse. I think the Warriors will bounce back over there. I like that finally, and maybe it's got to do with him coming back from injury or whatever, but I think the Warriors should do this long term, a combo of Egan and Healy. I really like that for the Warriors.
I think that has to be the future.
Yeah. You see much of Healy?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of him, but I think poor old Wade just seems to find an injury.
He's too tough for his own good.
Yeah,
Wade.
yeah.
I think Healy's a really good player. I think he was a really good signing for them. Kate will obviously out this week, so Lecky gets to start on the edge. Geez, I wish they'd just leave him out there. Just let him do his thing. Next game, Mando.
Late game Friday, we are looking at Roosters taking on the Bulldogs. This one is one of a few games at Allianz Stadium this weekend, an extension of Indigenous round. Kickoff at 8 p.m.
You going to be at this one too, or not?
No.
No.
I'll be at home.
Roosters 2.15, Canterbury Bulldogs $1.70. If it wasn't for Penrith Melbourne, I'd say this is game of the week. I think there's an argument that with Yo, Pappy, Hughes out, that maybe this one is game of the week. I think this one's going to be an absolute cracker. I've got the Roosters in an upset at 2.15 on Neds. What do you got?
I was super impressed with the Roosters last week.
Yep.
Also, just as impressive with the Dogs. They look like they'd found that little bit of missing spark. Now, the storyline around Reid Marnie, Bailey Hayward, I said to you at the start of the year, he'll be the starting 9. They just look more settled. He doesn't need to come out and overplay his hand a little bit, and that's not saying Reid does. It's just Reid's style. I think a bit more mature, been in the role long enough. I'm going to huge watch on this game. I'm going to take the Bulldogs.
My question to you is, you just mentioned Reid Marnie. He's in jersey 17. Do you keep carrying him?
Well, this is if the grand finals next week or the finals start next week, whoever they trot out the 17, that will be the 17 for week 1 of the finals.
If you were coaching them, would you keep Reid Marnie on the bench? If you've got guys like...
If he's not starting, hard to get him into the game.
I agree, yeah. Especially when you've got a Kurt Mann in your side if you desperately need it.
That's right.
Jamin Salmon, guys that could do a job.
Because what people don't understand is not... We've spoken about benches before. People used to go, oh, the shit players play on the bench. You're not shit. Some people just can't start. Like I look at Josh Kerr.
Yep.
When he starts, totally different to when he comes off the bench. Sting's gone out of the game. He can create offloads, second phase play, all that kind of stuff, right? For Reid, it'd be hard for him to go on 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in, and try and pick up the tempo really, really quickly. Now, could he do it? Of course he could. He's a professional player. But he's a starter. He's a grinder. He's going to be gritty from the start. You know, my service out in front, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think that whatever the 17 the Dogs run out this week, that'll be the 17 for week 1 of the finals.
Yeah, if I was coaching, I think I'd have Curtis Moran on the bench over Reid Marnie.
Saluka Fafita playing?
He's on the extended, yeah.
I think they're going to need a bit more size.
Yeah, I don't know if Saluka Fafita is the answer personally, but going to be a very good side next year when they get Leo Thompson down there. I'm going Roosters. You going to Canterbury?
I'll go Dogs.
I like that. Next game, Kat?
Next game, Super Saturday to kick off Saturday action at 3 p.m. at Shark Park. We have the Sharks taking on the Titans.
Nicely done there.
Yeah. Thanks for noticing.
Sharkies $1.36 on Neds. Titans outside $3.15. Sebo summed up the Sharkies very well on About Even today, that they're sharks without teeth. They're gummy sharks. And that's sort of how I feel. I know you're a little bit higher on them or have been recently. Are they in your contenders still?
No, I did think about this before coming in today. I've narrowed it down.
Like, I know last week wasn't a finals game. That's local derby, getting yourself up for it.
Raiders, Storm, Dogs, Panthers.
Good. I was about to jump over the table if you said the Broncos again.
Roosters.
You got the Roosters in there too?
Yeah.
Wow. So you think the Roosters can win?
I've gone from 7 to 5. I'm working my way down.
Okay. So you think that Rooster side can win from outside the top 4?
We're getting, like, history will tell you no, right?
Yep.
No one's got, like, when you, outside the top 4, you had to go to Brisbane. They just went to Brisbane and put 50 on.
Okay, sure, but
what I'm saying, like, there's no, if you had to go to Melbourne, like, okay, but Melbourne aren't Melbourne at the moment. Raiders, do we know what they're going to be like in the final? Like, it's actually wide open. I think the Roosters could win it.
okay.
Well, 2 months ago, without Sam Walker, I'd be like, well, they've been inconsistent. Well, what we've seen from Sam Walker is like, holy shit, they're going to roll that. They may not win it, but they're not going to go down with, like, sparring someone to the end, like we've seen previous years with teams. Yep. Danger game for the Sharks.
Big time.
Because Titans, they went to the Warriors a couple of weeks ago. Kieran Foran masterclass. What a pass. I'm going to take the Sharks, but if we come in next week and you go, mate, Titans, Keanu Kinney came back and scored 3 tries and they upset the Sharks and now Sharks are going to miss the 8, I'm not going to be surprised either.
Yeah, a few big outs for the Sharkies too. Britt Nikota out of this one. Jesse Ramian out as well. You won't see those guys until finals. So big changes on that. Like, with all due respect to those guys, obviously a huge downgrade going to Billy Burns and Hiroti, I believe, is coming on that edge.
But don't forget, the Titans should have won the last 2 games.
Yep. Like, the Titans aren't playing dreadful footy at the moment.
Like, they were in both games, I mean. So, Yeah.
I think it's tough for the Sharkies
What's
this
the
weekend
start
as
there?
well. 10.5.
Oh.
I'd take that. The other thing is the other factor, and we're getting to that point of the year where all eyes are on the Sharkies. Titans win by 20, no one gives a fuck. Titans lose by 20, no one gives a fuck. There's no pressure on them. They can move the football around. They can put Keeney, Campbell, Brimell on the field, move the ball around and see what happens.
Des should just say, boys, if you win, I'm taking you to Northies. And then Fusion Bar.
Fusion's still out there?
And then Vinyl Room. I don't know. Vinyl
You know.
Room. No.
You know, my friend.
I honestly don't know.
I'm not
mate.
buying that for
I
a
honestly
split
don't know.
second. I'll take the Sharkies, but I'll take... Actually, shoot, no.
Oh, I don't go out in those areas. I don't know.
You know what's going on, though. You're
I
aware
don't go
of the
out.
spaces.
I've never gone out in Cronulla.
I don't believe that.
I've never gone out in Cronulla. I've gone to Cronulla. I've never gone out in Cronulla.
Okay.
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 It's all right if you don't want to tell us. It's
A
fine.
couple of porky pies getting around, but that's fine.
Oh, jeez, I'm hungry.
That's fine.
Second game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to move on from this one. And a team that Sowie's been saying all episode that he's keen to talk about. So let's talk about it. 5:30 p.m. Suncorp Stadium. We have the Broncos hosting the Dolphins. Both teams very keen for a win.
Dolphins at $2.20 outsiders. Brisbane Broncos $1.68 on Neds. You mentioned a boo-boo in selection before.
I hope Billy Walters starting at 6 doesn't make sense to me.
I love it.
Does
I
not
love
make
Walters
sense to
at
me.
6. Okay, yeah.
He has been your most consistent momentum stopper, momentum getter
Yep.
all year off the bench. Corey Pakes at the start of the year started at 9. Billy Walters come on, they win by 50.
Mm-hmm.
I think you put Ben Hunt to 7. I would have either had what's the Jock Madden,
You could be
Or-
Jock Madden, Kobe Black.
Kobe Black, because Kobe played at the start of the year in that Origin game. I just think that it's a perfect chance to do that. I don't understand why you would put, because now you're relying on someone to come off the bench, or who's off the bench at the moment? Is there any halves on the bench? Is Jock Madden?
Nah, so on the extended, you got Jock Madden. You've also got Josh Rogers up there, who I don't mind.
Okay. See that tall half?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'd have him at
30
6.
years old.
Yeah, I'd have him at 6. I just think that all year you've had Billy Walters in this role that he understands that he's probably the best at the game right now, and you're going to put him to 6 and ask him to game manage, but also have an impact. I would have him off the bench still, running that second unit.
I reckon Walters as a blinder at 5'8". I like him there. I remember watching him sort of when he was at Melbourne and the Tigers. I reckon he's going to handle himself well there.
I'm not going to say he's not going to handle himself well. I just think that they'd be better suited with him.
So
off
you
the
would have
bench.
gone Ben Hunt at 7 with one of the guys on the
Oh,
extended,
mate.
Jock Madden or Rogers at 6.
Perfect halves pairing is an old half with a young 5'8", right? Hey, Kobe Black, we've been hearing your name for 3 years. This is your chance, kid. Up against the Dolphins, at home, hostile environment, because it's not a hostile environment, but a big environment. What if he comes in and brains it? But it's the same when people say, "Oh, do you think he's ready for Origin?" Well, how do you know? You don't know what you don't know. This is a perfect chance to throw him in there. Gives you a little bit of a buffer too. The other part is I'm hearing about Reece Walsh. Like, Reece just needs to go and play. Don't overthink it. They've still got a really good team.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I got the Dolphins.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just think that this is a big clash for them. History beckons if they can make the 8. Qatar, they won't. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Not get punked again, but they won't. Yeah.
I think that defensively they've been so good all year. I think that would have really hurt them last week.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a good sign of where Christian Wolf's at with this side. Like, it won't shock me, as we both tipped him, but if they get a response immediately out of this mob. All right, next game, Mendo.
Late game, we've got Rabbitohs taking on the Eels at Allianz Stadium. This one kicks off 7:35.
Bunnies $2.25, the Eels at $1.65. You're going to be out at this one?
Yes.
How good? I'm in a bit of a coin toss here, to be completely honest with you. What are you thinking?
Well, we've seen what Mitchell Moses does to the Parramatta Eels and how much confidence they get out of that, and they've certainly played a little bit better. I thought they should have dominated last week.
Yep.
I thought that was not a great performance. They will be better. Obviously, the whole Mitchell Moses Talon to Silver thing, which I think was just standard if you go to any training session for a young guy and an older guy.
Once again, it's not a game for everyone.
No. South Sydney last week, Latrell Mitchell has such a presence, mate. He's just like people. You talk to players that play with certain people, and like I can only imagine that GI was like this every single week. You just feel comfortable.
There's a little bit of social content that the Rabbitohs put up this morning or last night, and it's a split screen.
Yeah.
And it's Latrell making that
Saw
play.
it.
Then it's, and mate, you see Jason Clark, right? His emotions was exactly what you just said. He sat in his chair and he went, like, oh my God, he's just one of those dudes. Like, fuck. Yeah.
South for me.
I am going to take, I'll go head to head with you. I'll take Parramatta. Iongi, hopefully back for this game, is enormous for them.
Can I, like people say, oh, you're glazing Wayne for obvious reasons. Beat by 60, spoon bowl, away from home. Bring back your blue chip. And the messaging around it all week was, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Okay, you guys go out and play. I'll take the heat. And he gets a result.
Yeah.
Masterful.
I was something I was going to ask you about that game. Oh, AJ, when do you reckon he breaks the record? He's got, I think he's got 3 to square it up, 4 to break it. He's got Parramatta, Dragons, by Roosters.
Jeez, it'd be iconic if he did it against the Roosters.
Oh, fuck, I hope it's the
I
Roosters.
hope so.
Yeah, I think it'll be against the Dragons.
You reckon he'll do it there? Where's that game at? Is that a
Thursday night.
rank? Fuck, sit AJ for that one. Yeah, Thursday night.
It'd be iconic against the Roosters, wouldn't it?
Yeah, at Allianz.
The
It's at Allianz. Is it
It's
at
at the SFS, mate.
It's at Trellian's actually.
Allianz? Oh, Friday night.
The SFS.
Fuck. You know what would be mad too? Well, it'll either be that game or round 1 next year, which if it is round 1 next year, you have to make that Rooster South as well.
Yeah.
Put it at Allianz.
I thought that just started the year anyway.
I don't know why they went away for that. They didn't do it this year, did they?
Nah.
No,
They
they've
need
done
to
it for a couple
start
of
the year
years.
with that. Start and finish.
Yeah. Next game, Mandu, what do we
I was
got?
just going to say, Sowie walked in today and he goes, Souths are going to win this weekend. And I just loved that.
What was that? Why is that confident?
He just had good vibes.
Mate, I had a kick with him during the week.
Right.
Sorry if you didn't want to say that, Sowie. All right, do you
interesting.
want to move on?
Every
It's
time.
not, it's not a full-time thing. It's just he just said, mate, can you have a kick? If someone said, could you have a kick with, who's another young half? If Stiggy rang me tomorrow and said, mate, you're in Canberra, like, would you just have a kick with Ethan Strange? I go, yeah, sure. Like, there's stuff that I've learned.
Has that phone call happened?
No.
No?
I wish it did. I'd love some Ethan Strange time. Because what we see, you and I meet first graders, we still get giddy. Like when I saw Latrell, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if he knows me. Right? I hope he does. Hey, bro, how you going? Okay. And such a humble guy, right? When we see the yesteryear players, like I remember Brad Clyde gave me my first trophy. It was the best and fairest, but that's not in the story. But I'll always remember that Brad Clyde, who was a first grader for the Raiders, before I understood how good he actually was. Like you look up to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Daryl Halligan comes around and goal kicks, and you're like, he's kicked some of the biggest kicks on stage. So if people say to me, can you help with kicking? Like I take that very seriously as a badge of honor of like, okay, he's seen something in my game that I can pass on. Now, I'm not telling someone a secret and not telling someone else. I tell everyone the same thing, right? But sometimes it's an understanding and communication thing that maybe they relate a little bit better towards that. So, yeah, I would love to do it full time, but yeah, it's not a thing.
We've got a little running thing with my wife. Whenever you pop up on my phone, she goes, "Oh, what's your boyfriend up to?" Anyway, we're at your South game on the weekend, and Bentley Harpe took over the goal kicking, and every time he kicked a guy, I lean over to go, "Thank you, Sowie."
He kicked today. I didn't kick with him, but he strikes the ball well. He's very straight on.
He was
I like
hitting them
it.
well.
Yeah,
Good.
good.
Next game,
All right,
Mando.
next game, we'll move on. Let's go to Sunday action, 2 p.m. kickoff. We have the West Tigers taking on the Manly Seagulls. This one is also at Allianz Stadium. Talk to us about these West Tigers.
3 at Allianz this week.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
one each day. Tigers $2.30 on Neds. Manly $1.62. I got Tigers upsets in this one.
He just can't tip Manly at the moment.
Nope.
He just can't. I'll go to Tigers.
Manly's so fucking disappointing last few weeks.
How are Tom and Eddie?
Eddie's in Europe, taking his daughter over to meet his sister. Tom's not in a great way. Yeah. But as they say, like I said to him today, I said, oh, and he's like, mate, it's so typical us to go down there, beat Melbourne, fucking puff the chest out, and then shit the bed for the next month after that.
I've heard
Very
enough.
Manly.
Tigers for me.
Yeah, Tigers for me in that one. Next game, Mando.
Last game of the round. Canberra's also have a bye, by the way. We've got the Cowboys taking on the Newcastle Knights. This one is at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, kickoff 4:05.
Got a coin to flip. And hopefully when I flip it, it lands on the remote and turns the TV off at 4 p.m. on Sunday. Cowboys. Why not?
Yeah, I guess.
They're at home. Sure.
All right, I'll sit in that truck.
I don't even, these two teams, it's just fucking all over the place. Felt a bit sorry for Newcastle last week. I think they came up against just about the perfect Penrith side. Just demoralised. It's not very often I felt sorry for Adam O'Brien, but I was sitting there watching his press conference going, ugh, it's probably not much you could have done in this game, to be fair.
Did you say it was Supercoach important this week?
Yeah, fucking know that's important. Sudden death.
Drink
it's me
water.
versus Nick, my mate you met here that night.
Okay.
Sudden
Drink
death.
water. You got drink water?
No,
Oh,
I don't.
he's got drink water.
No, drink water's not in this one. Draft. So you know how
okay.
that shit works.
Yeah.
I need Blaze to have a big game.
Okay.
I'm excited about. And then I need Terrell Mail for bye. He'll be fresh, ready to fuck.
But no one in this game.
I got Braden Burns.
Ooh.
I like Braden Burns. Good
Try
player.
coming.
I hope so.
Cowboys for me.
Cowboys for me. All right, guys, jump onto the Neds app. You can follow along with all of my bets for this weekend, all the about even bets and all that good stuff on there. I was a bit late today, so I haven't sorted out my multi of the week, but you know it'll be a special. Something
many
special
legs?
incoming. Oh, it'll be an
4.
octopus. There'll be plenty
8.
coming. Yeah, we won't be short on legs.
You've got
Don't worry about that.
You've got to make up some ground.
Got to make up some big ground. Got to make up a lot of ground in a short
Anyone
amount
can
of
do
time.
it. You can do it, mate.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Got a bit of Scott Sattler about the kid.
Oh, just
Todd Skinny Burn.
Just
Keep the head down. See you soon, Toddy. We done?
We're done.
Pleasure having you as always, Kat.
Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Elvis. The reward.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website